Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Always.
All right, excellent. Today, we're going to tackle a question that seems to be on a lot of Pokemon fans' minds.
Oh, yeah.
Black or white?
Hmm.
The Pokemon games, of course.
Right.
Black and white. Which one is better?
Ah, the age-old question.
Yeah, we've got a source here. It's just a text file, just
Oh.
called Pokemon Black or PokemonWhite.txt, and it's full of these really interesting questions, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that get to the heart of this very debate.
Yeah.
So we're going to kind of use this file as a guide
All right.
and really trying to unpack some of these core issues.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Now, choosing between these two games, it really can be tough,
Right.
right? They both offer a fantastic Pokemon experience.
Yeah, they do.
But there are some key differences. And the source file kind of just dives right into it here.
Okay.
The very first question is, who is the best? And at the same time, what is the difference between? What a question. Like, how do we even begin to answer that?
Right. It's a classic.
It's so subjective.
Yeah. I mean, what aspects of these games are we talking about here? What might sway a player one way or another?
Exactly. Exactly. And I think you hit the nail on the head there. When we talk about what aspects, I mean, one of the things that always comes to mind for me are the version-exclusive Pokemon.
Of course. Yeah, that's a big one.
I mean, right off the bat, you're making a choice that influences which Pokemon you'll encounter throughout your journey.
Absolutely. I mean, for instance, in Pokemon Black, you might come across Scrafty, this really cool, tough fighting type Pokemon.
Oh, yeah. I remember Scrafty, kind of a street punk vibe.
Totally, real sturdy, high defense. But in white, you might find Gothorita, a psychic type known for its special attack.
Interesting. Okay, so two very different Pokemon. I mean, not just aesthetically.
Right, right.
Their battle styles are totally different.
Exactly. And these exclusives aren't just like a novelty. They can seriously change how you approach the game, what kind of team you build.
Oh, totally. It's like from the get-go, you're kind of setting yourself on a path.
Exactly. You're making strategic decisions based on your version.
It's pretty cool. And speaking of strategic decisions, I mean, we can't talk about Black and White without talking about the legendary Pokemon, right?
Of course. The mascots of the games, Reshiram and Zekrom.
Yeah. And our source file even asks specifically, like, who have more power?
Yeah, that's been a debate since these games first dropped.
I bet. Who's stronger, Reshiram or Zekrom? It's the ultimate Pokemon showdown. What do you think?
Ooh, that's a tough one. It's not a simple answer.
Oh,
They're both dragon types, which is already powerful,
right. Always a fan favorite.
but they also have secondary typings that set them apart.
Okay. So Reshiram, the white legendary.
Yeah, Reshiram is a majestic fire dragon type. Imagine like a beautiful white dragon, with fiery wings engulfing its opponents in flames.
Oh, that's a powerful image. It has a signature move, right?
Yes, Blue Flare, this crazy powerful fire type attack. I mean, if you get hit by that, it's over.
Sounds devastating. All right, so what about Zekrom then? What makes it stand out?
Well, if Reshiram is fire, Zekrom is, electricity.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
A powerful dragon electric type. Kind of like this sleek black dragon, wreathed in electricity. Super cool design.
Yeah, I like that.
And its signature move is Bolt Strike. Just as powerful as Blue Flare, just, with electric energy.
So I guess in a head-to-head, it really comes down to type matchups, right?
Yeah, type matchups, but also what kind of battling style you prefer. Do you like blasting things with fire, or do you like shocking them with electricity?
That's the good way to put it. Now, the source also brings up something I found interesting. It asks about the new adds-on in this generation compared to past ones.
Oh, yeah, there were a few. Black and White introduced some pretty groundbreaking features.
Yeah, they definitely pushed the boundaries. What were some of those features?
Well, the biggest one was the introduction of the Unova region.
Right, a brand new region.
Yeah, and a completely new Pokedex. Like, there were no Pokemon from previous generations in Unova initially.
Really? So you're telling me no Pikachu, no Charmander, nothing?
Nope. It was all new Pokemon. Which, was a big change.
It was a bold move, for sure.
Yeah, it forced players to, start fresh, adapt to a whole new world of Pokemon.
That must have been pretty exciting for longtime fans.
Oh, totally. Like, starting a new chapter in the Pokemon world, it really revitalized the franchise.
I can imagine. And a new region, a new Pokedex. I mean, that must have really shaken things up in the competitive scene too, right?
Oh, absolutely. The entire metagame had to be reevaluated. Everyone was trying to figure out, which of these new Pokemon were going to be powerhouses, which ones had good type matchups. It was a whole new ballgame.
Wild. And on top of that, I remember they introduced triple battles in this generation, remember?
Oh, yeah. Where you could have 3 Pokemon out on the field at once definitely added a whole new layer of complexity to battles. Oh, yeah. I can imagine. You've got to think about positioning, type matchups, potential combos, all with 3 Pokemon at once.
Exactly. It was a lot to manage, but it was also really fun.
I bet. Did that feature triple battles? Did it resonate well with fans?
It was a bit divisive, to be honest.
Oh, how so?
Well, some players loved the added complexity, the challenge, the strategic depth it brought. But others, maybe they found it overwhelming, too much to keep track of.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Uh,
Not every new feature is going to be a hit with everyone.
Exactly. But, overall, I think Black and White did a great job of innovating, of trying new things.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess the big question is, having explored all of this, having delved into the source and unpacked these core issues, where do you land on the black versus white debate?
It's a tough call. Both games are fantastic in their own right. I
Mm,
really think the best one truly comes down to personal preference. What are you looking for in a Pokemon game?
that's fair.
Are you drawn to the power of Reshiram, the fire,
Right.
or Zikram, the electricity? Two very different energies.
They are, yeah. And then, of course, there are the version-exclusive Pokemon. Which ones appeal to you more? It all comes down to what kind of experience you want to have.
Yeah, I think that's a great point.
Yeah.
There's no one-size-fits-all answer here. It's about what clicks with you as a player. Well said. There you have it, everyone. We've dug deep into the world of Pokemon Black and White, explored the differences, the innovations, the legendary clashes, and while we can't definitively crown a champion,
Nope.
hopefully this deep dive has given you the information you need to maybe make that decision for yourself.
Yeah, I think so.
But before we wrap up, I do want to leave you all with a question.
Ooh, all right. Shoot.
If you were in charge of designing the next big Pokemon game, what elements from Black and White would you bring back?
Hmm.
And what would you change?
Ooh, that's a good question.
It's something to think about.
Yeah.
Until next time.
See you.